I officially have a summer cold. I suspected in the last vlog that a cold was coming. I have tested twice. It's not COVID so far. I don't think it will be. It just feels like a cold, but I feel pretty miserable because of it. I'm not pleased and I'm upset at whoever gave this to me. And I have my suspicions about who gave this to me and do not appreciate that person keeps saying, "Oh, you probably just have allergies." It's like, no, my dude, you had a cold and you spread it to people in the office. That is what has happened. Um, so that's what's going on with me now. I am making myself a golden milk tea. Don't particularly like golden milk, but it's good for you. So, you know, I'll throw everything I can at this cold and see what sticks. I'm making this like that, and I will strain it and put some cream in it. Turn off the stove first. Brain is not working. It's very spicy. Extra spicy. We're gonna pop this in here. Trying not to get turmeric on everything. Splash of this. It smells good. It's not my favorite. Oh, I sneeze. Cheers. Hello, baby girl. My sweet bean. My sweet girl. Yes, my sweet bean. It's a little too hot. It's not bad. Not my favorite. I have been masking at work just to keep everyone safe, unlike others. Salty, yes. I figured it probably wasn't COVID because I haven't had a fever or body aches or anything, and I already had at least a spring cold. I have gotten sicker in the last year than I have in a long time, and I think part of it is because I also have several coworkers with small children, and they've gotten sick a few times and they've like brought it. So by proxy, I have the exposure to small children. And as we know, small children are petri dishes until they turn a certain age. So I don't know. I need to boost my immune system somehow. I mean, it's already not the best. I went through a good period of time where I avoided most illnesses. Oh my God, what are you two doing? Please. But Biggie, behave. What are you doing? But I have two crazy cats is what I have. Anyhow, I have been a little bit lax, like I said, about my vitamins. I mentioned that in the last vlog. I've gone through a period where I've just gotten so sick of taking pills that I've become lax on the supplements, and I did neglect my vitamin C, which I take not just for immunity but also for just hormonal health. And I've started taking it again, but clearly not enough. Yeah, summer colds are not fun. Welcome to another video from my bed, being horizontal. I went to work. I came home from work early. I think you can hear from my voice that I am quite nasally. There was an Amazon truck outside. I had a task that was assigned to me yesterday that I felt compelled to complete, mostly because if I did not, it might result in a $500 charge to someone else. Since I agreed to help out with it, I'm glad to be home though. I'm sorry about the shaking. My hands are a little shaky, or my bed is a little shaky. Everything is just shaking, so that's the reality. Anyhow, I'm gonna take the day off tomorrow and finally rest up because this is officially all up in my business up here, and I would like it to leave my body as soon as possible. So rest is a must. I'm just gonna work from home, take care of what needs to be taken care of, and honestly, probably a good thing because I have a lot of work to catch up on that is just not able to happen in the office. There's too many distractions. So tomorrow will be another work from home reset day. It seems like I need a lot of those lately. I'm going to take my Umka and just take a nap at least for 20 minutes and see if I can regain some energy. This has definitely like lodged itself in my sinuses because I feel like all that pain that you get up in here and like it radiates down to my teeth. It's very uncomfortable. I feel puffy. Like I feel like my jaw is definitely swollen. I'm sure my lymph nodes are swollen, but my TMJ has definitely been triggered and I feel a lot of like tension in the muscles. Doesn't help the overall feeling, but no fever, no body aches, so no positive tests. So I think safely say that this is just a nasty summer cold that won't take too long to go away. And while I say that I need a reset day, this is what I mean. So that's one pile of stuff that needs to get sorted. There's a pile of laundry that I never sorted. Do not mind my bra, it's just there. That whole mess is a disaster. My desk is a disaster. This corner is a disaster. And the rest of my house is a disaster. I was so optimistic that things would get sorted on Monday when I didn't realize that I was about to get sick. I just thought I had just, my usual migraine, and then everything kind of exploded, which seems to be my story of late. I make plans, my plans get shot to smithereens. But even so, I have made some progress in certain areas. So I've had bursts of energy, both at work and at home, when I have written, I have accomplished tasks, I have done the things that need doing. I would like a week without a surprise, a disaster, a crisis, or a cold, or a migraine, or whatever, miscellany thing could create chaos in my life. Like 1 week. That is all I ask. I ask 1 week. Adulting is hard, friends. So. It's become a stay in bed and not necessarily nap day, but just rest day. I'm having a smoothie because all I want are soft things. Because my face hurts, like my sinuses. It's just making my face hurt, and I hate it. I did some steaming, but it's gotten to the point where like everything is congested and my ears are backed up and everything. So strawberry smoothie it is. I was also like struggling to eat stuff last night because of the face pain, so I have asked for some soup to be brought to me tonight because I'm not going to be making it myself. He's also a little glutton, even though he's very active. He is getting a little bit tubby, and I don't want him to get sick. So I need to find a better way to control his diet, because he likes to steal me of his food if I'm away for 5 seconds. So I've gotten better about preventing that, but he's always demanding snacks. Very, very pushy little baby. Figgly, what are you doing? Yes. These little babies don't let me sleep even though I am exhausted. Last night was genuinely bad. I had terrible sinus pain. And I had to make an order to have stuff delivered this morning because I don't want to drive. Last night I thought I could make things work with the stuff I have at home left over from the last time I had a cold, but this is not that kind of cold. This is far worse. And I had gone to Target on Wednesday to pick up some supplies for the thing at work that I couldn't avoid. And when I was in the cold aisle, I had popped in to pick up sore throat droplets. I saw the medication. I was like, well, this is not a severe cold and flu. I don't think I need that one. I can manage with what I have at home. These are lies. I cannot manage with what I have at home, and this is definitely a severe cold. Not a flu. I can tell it's not a flu. It doesn't feel like that. I haven't had a fever or anything like in that type of capacity. And I've tested 3 times for COVID. It's not COVID either, so it's just a cold. It's just a nasty summer cold. This boy has been doing bad things, and I'm trying to distract him with toys. And by bad things, I mean he's been threatening to chew on electrical cords again. He gets this into his head every few weeks that he won't. I've put covers on mostly all the electrical cords. Every so often he gets a little devil in him and just wants to go poke around behind furniture. So far he's never done it, and I'm glad. But he likes things that look like strings. So I distract him with things that look like strings and Q-tips. He loves Q-tips. He discovered that all on his own. And he will steal Q-tips. He's also covered in some little white dust. Piggy, why are you so dusty? Where have you been? I need to brush him. I brush him every so often, but his hair is so fine that the brush doesn't pick up much of it. You need to be groomed. You need a bath. He gets bathes when he goes to the vet every year. Silly boy. He is now 2 years old. He had many baths when he was a baby because he had lice when we found him. And if you did not know that, lice is a thing cats can get, and it is microscopic. And I remember at one point when I brought him home, I talked about it in a vlog. Oh boy. That we had to keep him isolated for several months because of how bad the lice infestation was, and everything we would do, nothing would work. It would just remain. I'd take him back to the vet, and they're like, nope, still got lice. And so he went through several different treatments until we finally found one that worked, and it was Provecta. So that's the one that he takes, and he only takes it when I have to bring my mom's cats over just in case one of them has lice, but none of them have ever had lice. It was just him. So wherever he came from, there was lice there, and apparently cat lice is invisible to the human eye. You have to put it under a microscope. So I kept having to take him to the vet. They would pluck his hairs, put it under a microscope, and see. So I'm very careful with this little boy because that was a traumatic experience for us both of many baths. I think every so often he goes into my bathroom, and even though it's not the shower where he used to be washed because that was at my mom's house, he is like, I've seen something like this before. Silly boy. He was a little tiny boy, and he was always getting bathed. Poor thing. Needlepoint. Okay. I made myself a bowl of ramen. The good stuff, not the like 50-cent ones. So at least there's that. But this is just plainly for sustenance at this point because I'm hungry, but I'm also like nauseous. Like the sinus pressure is really making me feel gross. But also all the stuff in my stomach that I've taken is making me feel awful, so I need to eat something. I also have like lost all my sense of coordination. The cats keep freaking out as I stumble around the house because my ears are so stuffed up. I was very close to ordering ramen, like from a local restaurant, but it would take like an hour to get here and it was so expensive. So I was like, whatever. I'll suck it up and just have plain ramen. I miscalculated my groceries last weekend. Also, like, didn't expect to get sick, so didn't plan for this. So the kind of food I have just isn't something I want to eat right now. Mostly because I can't taste anything anyhow. I mean, I can taste, but can't taste much. So it feels like chewing is an effort for a little payoff. All I want is soup. I wish I had some pudding. Pudding is a thing that I crave when I'm sick. The cats think they're gonna get something. They are not. Little girl, go away. The boy pulled through and brought me my chicken soup. It's from I guess my favorite local Hispanic restaurant. It's kind of embarrassing, but they know us because we're regulars there. So this is Cuban style chicken noodle soup, which has noodles and potatoes and chicken and carrots, and a bowl of white rice because they always give you rice to accompany it. It's really good. It's just what I need because I think the only protein I've had today is like half of a protein bar because it was one of those like really soft Bear Bells ones. So my facial pain is at like a 3. It was like a 10 last night. It was really bad, but it's like a 3 to 5 now. I spent most of the day lying down, heat pad like right here, an ice pack right here to help with the pain. And then I've been watching K-dramas and catching up on shows that I've been meaning to watch, like What We Do in the Shadows. So I'm all caught up on that one. And I've started watching King the Land, which I have been wanting to watch. Not been productive at all today, which is fine because I told myself I would just heal and rest. Rest and heal. That is the plan until Monday. I've said I will take off until Monday. And soft foods. I also asked for a special request for pound cake. So I can take it later when I take more of the medication to hopefully stop it from turning my stomach to mush. I think this is day 5 if we really count from the first day that I had that sore throat that I thought was just allergies. Clearly not. I'm still feeling the head pressure. I'm hoping that it's improving. I kind of suspect that my lymph nodes are a little swollen. I've noticed that it feels a little sore up in there, but most of the pain is right up in here and right here. mostly concentrated on this side, and then like it goes into my teeth, so it goes like here, 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 and then straight to my jaw, and into like the teeth right here. Um, that's I'm guessing just inflamed sinuses and not a sinus infection, but I don't really know. I haven't had like other signs of a sinus infection, so I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just a symptom of the cold and the sinuses being inflamed. I watched a lot of shows today, so I got caught up on stuff that I've been putting off for a while. I mentioned already that I did watch up to, I think it's like episode 7 or 8 of What We Do in the Shadows. So I'm all caught up with what's out right now. And I got through like 2 full episodes and about a half episode of King the Land. Each one is like an hour and some odd. So those are always lengthy, and I like to watch in subtitles, so I need to actually wear my glasses and sit down and read and focus on what I'm doing. I had to watch it on the big screen. I watched most of What We Do in the Shadows like on my phone as I was doing stuff and resting in bed, but it got a little bit too complicated to read subtitles after a while because my eyes were getting blurry, so I had to go and see it on the big screen. Uh, I guess that's something. I just knew I needed a day to just do nothing. It was a fully horizontal day, and that is okay with me. I needed it. I just hope that this is the point when I start to feel recovery instead of worsening, because I just don't want to waste my entire weekend. The thing I hate about colds is that it always knocks me out. It's like something so stupid that the average person doesn't experience so intensely. Like it lasts a while for me because of all of my other stuff, like having thyroid disorder. Like it affects your immune system, and I'd been pretty good for the last few years. Obviously, post, you know, the like 7-ish months that I was fully remote, I wasn't exposed to as many people. I mean, we've seen it in the news. Everybody's getting more exposure to viruses than we had in a while. So I knew it would happen, and I have to be better about taking care of myself and boosting my immune system and everything else. I just hate it. I hate it. I'm gonna stop moaning and go to bed. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. This little boy just did a jump. A very suspicious jump, as if he knows he's up to no good. He has one of his favorite toys under there. And by favorite toys, I mean Q-tips. He just loves Q-tips. Every time he sees me go to my supply closet, he wants me to give him a Q-tip. And not the best kind of thing for me to have to give him, but he loves it so much. Let's see if he can bring it up. Figgy, you got it? Is it under there, baby boy? No. Sometimes it is not under, and he just will keep poking until something comes up. Or I find him one that he's hidden somewhere else. Figgy, what have you done? Oh boy. He is quite persistent. Oh, he has 2, 3. Look at this. He destroys them and then he hides them. Figgy, please. Let's throw away the really grimy looking ones. Here, you can play. Oh boy, sorry. You can play with this one. Here you go. Go on. Oh, that was it? Fine. Piggy, stop hiding it. Please.
And do not scratch me. Here, stop. Behave. This is so disgusting. Go on. He just tears the cotton off of it after a while. Look at that butt. Piggy Lee. Disgraceful. Now he just thinks there's more under there. Figgy, please. Go. You have it right behind you. Figgy Lee, go play. There he comes. There he goes. Oh boy. Hello. Sit down. We'll watch TV together. I am alive. I just took what the TikTok girlies call like a full body bath or a head to toe bath or something like that, like the works kind of a bath. I normally do this on Sundays. Today's Saturday, but it felt like it was necessary to just scrub off all the germs, like thoroughly clean myself and feel at least a little bit better in my body. I'm also trying a thing with my hair, see if it does any kind of like curling. My hair is very straight. It only really gets waves if I leave it in a bun for a long time, like especially if it's a little bit damp and I leave it in a bun, it'll get a little bit of a wave, and the wave pattern just kind of forms organically in whatever shape I put it in, but it doesn't stay long. And that's always been the case, even with hot tools. Like my hair does not hold a curl at all. I'm having my second cup of coffee for a little bit of energy, and apologies for shakiness. Like I'm too lazy to put it on the tripod, and right now I'm just holding it, so this is just my arm steadiness. Anyhow, I think I might be on the mend finally. I had a slightly better night last night with the stuff that I took. The sinus pressure comes and goes, but it's not unbearable, which is a good thing, and at least I got to sleep. I did wake up around like 3 a.m. when the meds wore off, but I was able to go back to sleep without them, just kind of like adjusted. Took a little bit of saline solution and stuff to clear myself, and slept some more. And I took a very long walk this morning, which was very nice because the heat in particular really opens up my sinuses, and so getting that like humidity outside and the heat really did help. I also set my diffuser with some eucalyptus last night, which also helped. I just, I want to throw everything at this cold and get better as soon as possible. But I do think I'm finally starting to recover a little bit. I have been taking my holistic stuff and my not holistic stuff and just, throw whatever I can at this to boost my immune system and get better. I'm just having coffee with the brown sugar creamer from Trader Joe's, which is actually nice. I have a love-hate relationship with creamer. I go through phases where I just can't stand creamer in my coffee and other phases where I just want something to flavor it, and this is one of those times. I'm going to go back to watching King of the Land. I don't think I have the energy to focus on writing. Like I've been thinking about my project and I've been like mulling over the next scene in my head, but I just don't see myself having the energy to sit down and actually put words on the page. Not when, I still feel like that dizziness that comes on. Like right now, I feel it's just starting right up in here. So I'm just going to go to the couch and just veg for the rest of the day. Well, maybe not the rest of the day, but at least until I start to feel better. Yeah, babe. What do you want? You want dinner? Sweet girl. You want your dinner, little bean? What do you want, Naomi? Dinner? Yeah? Okay. Oh, a headbutt. Hello, Fig. It's been a very long time since I've done an Asian market haul. This is a very small one, but we've got a little haul to go through today, and also lots of leftovers from the Korean barbecue place. So I've got a ton of kimchi jjigae because I didn't realize it would be quite so large when we ordered it. Usually the places that I go to make it a little bit smaller, like family style, but smaller. This one was huge, so I've got a ton of kimchi jjigae to last for a few days, and some leftover bulgogi, and I think a little bit of chicken. There might be also like a piece of pork belly, but it was a lot of food for 2 people. But we ended up getting the barbecue combo because it was cheaper than ordering the individual meats. So yeah, it worked out. We went to Lucky Oriental Mart, which is my tried and true, easy to go to, not too far, always fun place. I really just wanted one thing, which was this. It's the Kewpie deep roasted sesame dressing. It's very good, and Boy wanted one too, so I got one for each of us because I've been making dinners and he's been enjoying it. Take my receipt. And then the impulse buys include these flavored waters from Ocean Bomb. One is the Chibi Moon, it's the lychee flavor, and then Pikachu is for the boy, and citrus flavor. Actually, this one's not Ocean Bomb, it's Q Doll. Very nice. Strawberry Oreos, because why not? A Lucky Bamboo. It's been a while since I've had one of these. I had one at when I lived with my parents that I had it from high school through college, through several years in. I think that thing lasted at least 10 years, and then about a year after I moved into this place, it died. I think it was the water quality here, and I've had a few since that have died. It's been a while since I've tried to keep one, but I saw it and it made me want to try again. So I'll see how this one does. And then we also got a little Haralabo face wash. I like this brand. I haven't tried their face wash, but I like their hyaluronic acids. And then the truly nostalgic stuff, Fancy Gems. In Spanish, we call them rositas, at least in the Spanish version that I know. And these were nostalgic to me from childhood. The little rock sugar candies that you see in Ghibli movies. I thought this would be fun to take to work and share with the students and the kids. I got one of these for a coworker because I mentioned to her that these are useful. It does actually work. It keeps the heat in your tea. And then I picked up a couple of little sauce dishes, which I do use for sauce, but more so I use to hold tea bags. I used to have one of these little flower designs, and I broke mine. This one actually has a little defect there that I didn't notice, but that doesn't matter. I use them to hold my used tea bags. I think the one that I dropped was green, so I got 2 new ones. And then I also picked up from Atelier Monnier. That was the French bakery that we went to, which I didn't realize had a location so close to us. Last time I went there was when we stayed on the beach. I got a mini croissant and a mini pain au chocolat. So these are for tomorrow. I will enjoy this. I just wanted to say I feel so much better since my walk this morning. I really needed to get some of that heat going and get some of that fresh air. I think yesterday just being at home really helped to rest up and let my body do what it needed to do. But I also think that taking some of the supplements that I take more consistently over the last 2 days finally really did have an impact on my overall immune system. And I also just think that getting some of that fresh air just really does such a good number for your lungs. I genuinely think that the last like 12 hours was a turning point in this illness. When I went to bed last night, I felt still pretty miserable. I felt much better this morning. And then in the last, like, right now it's 4 o'clock p.m. In the last, like, 6 hours, I feel like so much better, which is why I went out to lunch because I was like, I want to go eat something and I want to get out of the house. So that's why I went to it's one of the places we used to go to when we first started dating. And it's a Korean slash Japanese restaurant, and they have the barbecue side, which we've never actually done the barbecue there. We've only ever done the barbecue at another restaurant that we go to. So that was nice getting to do the barbecue. It was a little indulgent because it is pricey, but I have leftovers. That's a good thing. I can always make additional meals out of it. And it was a nice little break from being at home, feeling sick, feeling terrible, and finally I start to feel a little bit better. And I feel like I ate something nice, something nutritious. That wasn't just, another day of soup and ramen and stuff. I might have some leftover soup tonight if I feel hungry. I'm kind of full. I'm not going to lie, that meat is very filling and it goes a long way. I feel like just doing something good for myself really, really helped. And now I'm just going to relax. I considered maybe dropping in on my mom, but I don't think I'm going to do that. We're not like really dropping in on her, just dropping something off at her place. I don't really want to expose her to any leftover potential germs. But for the most part, I feel like I'm finally on the mend, and that is a good thing.
¿Todo bien?
Sí, gracias.
¿No más café?
Un poquito.
Cuidado. Ah, no está eficaz. Ya te traigo una
No,
uva.
no hay problema. It's Sunday, and it's been a long day of taking care of small tasks, like getting my tires filled with air and stuff like that. But it's also been very hot. But finally, I feel human again. I feel like I'm finally on the mend, and I don't feel like this is going to come back anytime soon. So I'm glad that I finally feel well. I can breathe. I don't have a cough, so I don't have, fingers crossed, I don't get any like lingering cough or anything after this. But now I'm going to have a feast of leftovers from yesterday's lunch at the Korean barbecue. So we've got leftover bits of chicken, beef, and pork belly, some rice, and kimchi jjigae. But I'm probably mispronouncing, but it's kimchi pancakes. Hooray for leftovers! And finally feeling like I'm myself again. Yay! I also have enough kimchi jjigae for like the next 2 days. It was like this big, like larger than my head. That's how big that pancake was. And now I will take supplements. I haven't taken my magnesium in a few days, so we're gonna take that. And we're gonna take my CoQ10. These are both for my migraines. And the reason I don't take the magnesium every day is because sometimes I feel like it lowers my blood pressure a little bit too much. So I alternate. Just, some days I alternate it. It is also a hot and sweaty day again. So hot, so sweaty. I think at one point my car read 100 degrees, so it's been quite hot and steamy again. I don't have sticky rice, I just have normal rice, so this is not going to work with the chopsticks.
Hey guys, it's Monday and I am feeling pretty well. I do, however, keep getting like rebound migraines from, the leftover sinus pressure and all the pills I've been taking. Also, super puffy because of it. I ended up having to take another Advil last night, or, more than one, obviously, because it started to build the pressure again. But the cold symptoms otherwise are gone, so I'm happy about that. I'm glad that that's happened. But I did take the day off today because even last night, like, it was just so much pressure in my head. It was pounding like at the top of my head. I had to get ice and, just like adjust my position and everything. I couldn't really sleep because of it. And I ended up kind of just, half sleeping and twisting and turning all night long. And I was just glad that I had decided to take the day off from the start. I'm home. I've been taking care of all the stuff I've had to put aside. So I finally took care of my bills, did some groceries and stuff. And the thing I've put off for weeks now, I finally did my painting. It looks like a purple murder scene in my bathroom. I had some tarp what are these called? Drop cloths that was left over from way back when I painted my apartment. I, kept it because I paid for it. And so I put it down in the tub with also some old box that I had that I broke up just in case any paint should get under the tarp. So it has to dry for a few hours before I can move it. I'm hoping that it will be mostly dry by like this evening when I go to shower. And then I'll just put it on the box and put it out in the hallway. Not really the hallway because the cats would get to it, but like out into the kitchen. And that's the plan. I'm hoping that it will, not be too unwieldy. But that's the thing that took me so long because I just couldn't find the energy to do it. But it's finally done, and now my stools are finally cleared because that had been dragging on for a while. So I'm happy. And I'm going to wrap up the vlog here. I might continue later. I had thought about decluttering today, but I also pushed myself a little too hard yesterday when I was like, oh, I'm happy and healthy. That's not always the case. And I overdid it. So today I'm trying not to overdo it and just take care of the stuff that needs taken care of. So I'm going to wrap this up here and I'll check in with you guys later. Have a great day, evening, afternoon, night, whatever it is where you are. And I'll check in with you guys next time. Bye.